guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is actually rather funny because I'm going to be talking about my goals for this year in terms of my collection, my K-pop collection, or just collecting in general. This was a video I was planning to make as a New Year's resolution video, but never ended up making one because at the point earlier this year, I had no time. Guess who has all the time in the world now? Me, and probably you.
Thank you, Miss Rona.
And since I've been looking for videos to film for you guys because of the lack of purchases, which results to no unboxing videos as well as no collective hauls as well as binder update videos, it's kind of good that I probably didn't make this as a resolution video earlier this year. So today's video, we're going to be doing a collection goals and update. Already as mentioned, goals because I have a couple goals I want to do this year. And as for updates, recently I've done a couple changes in my collection. Not a lot of updates, but there are updates. So I want to talk about that as well, just so you guys are aware of it. And then when I make like collection videos-ish, you guys are like, didn't she say she was gonna collect this group? Or didn't she say she was gonna collect all the members, but now this and this and this and that? Yeah, so I wanted to update you guys today with that topic. And so with that out of the way, let us get to today's video. Let's talk about goals because there's fewer updates, and then goals was basically supposed to be the main topic of this video. I just decided to add updates. So I have a couple listed down here on my computer right now. So if you guys are gonna see me looking down, it's because I have my list down here. I don't have it memorized at the top of my head. My main two being able to complete my collections for both for my top two girl groups, so that's Mamamoo and Red Velvet. So between the two, my Red Velvet collection is actually close to completion. I think I've listed down all of the albums that I need for both like groups, and I think for Red Velvet I only need 4 albums. Right now I'm not really keen into collecting their Japanese albums, it's just their Korean albums. And I think they've only so far just released #Gukijar, I think. Don't quote me if I'm wrong, but as far as I know, I think that's the only album they've released so far in Japanese. And yeah, and I only need 4 albums left for my Korean discography for Red Velvet. Last year actually was where I basically concentrated on my Red Velvet collection, and so for this year I actually want to finally complete the entire collection, so I just need 4 now, unless they're gonna release like 2, 3 albums this year. We don't know. But yeah, right now, as of whenever this one is released and filmed and released, I need 4 more albums. Before I think 2019 started, I only had I think 2 albums from them, and that's their summer albums. Not Perfect, that's an album. The Red Summer and Summer Magic. Those were the only 2 Red Velvet albums I had, and then early last year I started getting into like collecting them more, and now of course I need 4 more. I'm so happy. And what I want to do with this video, with that collection basically, is kind of do a Honeydew Mochi kind of thing. So if you guys don't know Maria, or aka Honeydew Mochi here on YouTube, she's also a huge collector, fellow Canadian as well. What she does is like, she, for her favorite groups usually, or a lot, yes, well that's who we collect though, our favorite groups. But yes, anyways, what she did, for example, with her Monsta X albums is that she started like purchasing them like separately, like at separate times, not just in like bulk. And then she made a video where she unboxed the entire like Monsta X album like discography that she needed, because she already had some. It's just that on this video she basically unboxed every single album she didn't have, and I kind of want to do that with my Red Velvet collection as well, especially because the most of the albums I need from Red Velvet are their older albums. So I don't really want to make like a separate unboxing video for those ones, because for example I think I still of the 4 albums I need the red and the velvet. Yeah, so and those are, like I said, one of their older ones. So I just and you guys have, a lot of you have already seen what's in there, so I was just like, do I really need to make an unboxing for this? So yeah, what I'm deciding to do is how Maria does it, and that's just like purchase everything like separately, not all at once. Like just keep it on the side and then make one video for you guys, basically quick flip through to the photo books and then just show you guys who the pulls are. Yeah, so that's what I'm planning. Yes, and that's what I'm also planning on doing with my Mamamoo collection, because I think I only have 4 albums from them. This one, my Mamamoo collection is not doing so good, with me only having 4 albums from them. So what I'm gonna do is also the same as how I'm doing my Red Velvet collection. I'm planning on buying, hopefully praying that I get all their albums this year, the ones that I need. And also, as of the filming of this video, I just saw Solar's like first mini album debut release thing, and y'all know who's gonna buy that, because Solar is actually my bias in Mamamoo. And I mean, I was planning on getting Moonbyul's and Ween's as well, but right now Ween's album is out of stock on K-Town for you, so I don't know if I can get that. With Moonbyul's, I don't know if I'm gonna get that now, and I don't know if I'm gonna put it as part of the like the Mamamoo collection. Maybe not. No. I'm literally also thinking of the stuff right now. So for Solar's as well, I'm not gonna include her album in the video, because it's a solo release and it's a new album. So I'm obviously gonna do an unboxing for it once it's out and I get it. So yeah, so for Mamamoo, I have a lot of their older albums that I need. Do I really need it? Yes. Do I want it? Yes. It's a want and a need. There's no in between. It's literally a want and a need. So yeah, what I'm gonna do is get all the albums I need for Mamamoo and then unbox it in front of you guys as well. So yeah, that is the main goals of this year in terms of girl groups. Now it's time for my male groups. I have 2 as well, and it also concerns my top 2 boy groups, so TVXQ, JYJ, whatever, and solos maybe, as well as BTS. So the first one I've listed down here is for BTS. My goal is that by December of this year, I'm praying that I'll try to get as close to completing a certain timeline of my Photocard collections, because oh my god, literally with the recent albums, there's like 28 albums, 28 Photocards per album, and because those are the latest releases, and then with how famous and big BTS is right now, those Photocards are too expensive. But the good news is that their earlier Photocards are actually a bit cheaper, so I can manage those. So yeah, so by December of this year, I'm hoping to complete the Photocards from 2013 up until 2016. So that's until Wings era. Actually, I'll include up until You Never Walk Alone era, because after You Never Walk Alone is Love Yourself Her, and that's where the 28 Photocards are. So we'll cut it off up until You Never Walk Alone. So what I'm going to be working with basically is my Oh Are You Late collection, School Love Affair. I will not be including the special edition and the limited edition for 2 releases. So yeah, so Oh Are You Late 2, School Love Affair regular, not the limited edition, Dark and Wild, Hwayang Yeonwha Part 1. I have completed Hwayang Yeonwha Part 2, so I'm not including that in my list here. There's also Young Forever, regular edition. I will not do the limited edition for this one, the first presses, the dope photo cards, because bruh, those are expensive. I'm lucky that I got Jungkook for my pull, and because he's the most expensive member, I'm lucky I pulled him. I'm glad I pulled this photo card. But since I collect OT7 for albums, I have 3 other members that are very expensive to collect for. And in general, this photo card is actually expensive for everyone because this is the first press thing. So it's out of print, obviously. And I luckily, when I purchased the Young Forever one of my Young Forever albums, someone was selling it with the 2 photo cards, and luckily I pulled Jikook. I pulled Jimin for the regular Polaroid photo cards, and then I pulled Jungkook for the dope photo card. But that's beside the point. Yeah, so Or You Late Too, School Love Affair regular edition. I don't know if I want to collect both versions actually for the School Love Affair, because School Love Affair, the photo cards have like 2 types, arms in, arms out. We'll see. And then Dark and Wild, Hwangyono Part 1. Part 2 is complete. Young Forever. Wings is also complete. And then You Never Walk Alone. So those are the ones I'm going to be collecting. So basically my collection is up until early 2017, excluding Wings era and Hwangyono Part 2. So that was that for the BTS portion. Now I'm gonna talk about the TVXQ JYJ goal for this year. I know I had this included in my goals last year, but did I do anything? No, I didn't. I wasn't able to increase any of my collection for my boys, other than Yuno's solo album last year. I think that was my only addition to that collection. But this time I actually want to get their previous albums. However, the hardest part is like finding disbandment. They didn't really disband because TVXQ still think. Division is gonna be a bit hard to find because TVXQ is a 2-member group, JYJ is a 2-member group. It's gonna be a bit hard, though I do have one. I have one, like literally one TVXQ 5 album. Two if including my Japanese albums. I don't know how hard that's gonna be. So what I'm probably gonna be concentrating on collecting is TVXQ just as Yunho and Changmin, and then JYJ. I'll try and see what I can find for TVXQ 5. It's so hard collecting older groups, especially in this circumstance. Like seriously, I think the only way to have this be easier, like purchasing my albums, is going to Korea again to scour the entire city for like old TVXQ albums. Because from like videos I've seen in the past here on YouTube, there's an album, like a thrift store album in South Korea, where they've found like 2005-6 albums, and I'm like, bro, I might want to go there. So yeah, I'll probably only be able to find TVXQ 5 albums in a store like that. So yeah, so hopefully I get to add more TVXQ JYJ stuff in my collection, because literally, oh boy, I don't have a lot. Like seriously, I don't have a lot. And they're my number 1 boys too. That's the funnier part. BTS at this point, and don't consider them as number 2. I consider them as 1.5 because they're so close to TVXQ in terms of ranking on my end. And because at the time I started collecting TVXQ and JYJ, some of their members were in the military, and then and BTS was already like skyrocketing, so releases per releases and merch after merch. So I was just like, I want that. So I decided to start collecting at that point, and which is why I have more BTS than TVXQ. Yeah, nice stuff. So that was that. I think that's my main goal. So summary is that basically complete my Red Velvet collection, collect my Mamamoo collection, try and complete BTS photo cards from 2013 to early 2017. So basically before DNA era. and then put a dent on my TVXQ JYJ collection. Yeah, and like add more to that. Okay, so next one I want to talk about are my collection updates. This mostly concerns photo cards because obviously I'll be buying the album. It just depends on who I collect. So the first update for today is my TXT collection. In the past, I did decide to collect just Yeonjun, and then at some point in time I decided to collect Subin as well. And then at some point in time I decided to collect OT5. But now I'm back to just collecting Yeonjun and Subin, who are my top 2 biases in TXT. I don't know if I'm gonna be collecting merch stuff though. For now, I'm just gonna concentrate in collecting album stuff. And you haven't seen me buying photo cards yet for them because I wanna get my other TXT album for their second album. I will start moving on to their first one though, Dream Chapter Star. Because they only have one version for that. But for Dream Chapter Magic, I only have one album. I don't want to buy photo cards before I get that, just so we can avoid dupes. And the next update will be for Twice. As you guys may have seen on my channel, I don't have the biggest Twice collection. I really don't. I literally only have 2 albums from them. 2 albums in terms of era, but in terms of albums, I have 3, like album count, because the 2 albums I have are Fancy and Feel Special. I have 1 version for Fancy, and then I have 2 versions for Feel Special because Walmart sells Feel Special. I did get my 1 version though from K-Town for You, and it's just that I saw another version that I didn't have in Walmart, so I was just like, yeah. And initially, when I got those albums, I decided to just have, like, keep what I pull. But throughout, from that point to this point, I've decided to collect 2 specific members because JYP is insane in terms of, like, collecting, basically in terms of what comes with their albums. Like, have you seen Stray Kids? Have you seen Twice? Have you seen GOT7? That's why sometimes I'm not that inclined to, like, I'm not that deep into collecting my JYP artists because I'm like, that's a lot of stuff, man. Yeah, so what I was gonna talk about my other collection, but I'm talking about Twice here. Yeah, so in terms of members I am collecting Nayeon and Sana for Twice. And as for the albums I'm gonna be collecting, I will not collect from before Fancy. So I'm only gonna be collecting from Fancy onwards. I just don't know how active I am gonna be. Like, if I buy the album, then I will collect from that. But other than that, I'm not gonna be... I might basically get their previous albums before Fancy, but I will not be collecting the stuff from there. I'm only gonna be actively collecting from Fancy. Yes. So basically, since I have Fancy and Feel Special, I'll be collecting those right now. And I think there's like 10 photo cards per member. JYP. But yeah, so that's what I'm gonna be doing. I'm collecting Sana and Nayeon for both. Yeah, so the photo cards I did pull from both albums, from all of my albums that are not Sana and Nayeon will go up for trade sometime. I don't know when, because my current IG doesn't even have everything that I have up for trade and sale. So yeah, if you guys were interested in trading, I have a link down below. Not really a link. I have my Instagram handle down below for my trade and sale. So if you guys were interested to trade and sale, hit me up there, or yeah, hit me up there. DM me there for any trade inquiry. As for a full list, basically my Instagram does not have a full like catalog of my trades, but my Google Docs sheet down below in the description box, there is a link. That one is updated, so whatever I have that I can trade, everything is on there. It's just my Instagram that's not updated. Yeah, because that's a lot of photos. Again, if you guys were interested to trade, look into my full list down below in the description box in my Google Docs sheet. And then if you wanna talk trade, hit me up on my Instagram, trade and sale Instagram. I will only be answering trade and sale inquiries there, or if you guys were interested in letting me know down below as well. So another big update I want to talk about is for BTS. As you guys may know, in terms of albums, well, this is mostly specifically for their Korean press albums, I collect OT7. However, for merch stuff, DVDs, photo books, I collect Bias Line, which is Jimin, Jungkook, Hoseok, and that's that. I don't collect OT7 because that is gonna be a huge dent on my bank account. I'm too poor for that. Likewise, it applies onto my Japanese collection until now. So as of this video, I have decided to just collect Jimin and Jungkook for my Japanese photo cards. Actually, no. This literally just went straight. As I'm saying it, I'm gonna reject that idea. I'm just going to be collecting Jimin for their older Japanese photo cards, because I do have the recent ones, like, give me a sec. So for Boy With Love, the Japanese one for that, where Lights is from, and as well as, what was it? The one before it. Crystal Snow, I think. There was, I did buy them on eBay, and there was like this photo card set that it was a fan club set. You get an OT7 photo card set. I have both of those. But prior to that, BTS didn't do their photo cards like that. There was like member specifics, like random pulls, and it's just for first press. So right now, those cards are very difficult to find. So I am not going to be collecting OT7 as of, well, this video. I'll only be collecting Jimin from now on for their Japanese photo cards. OT7 for their latest ones, because I can do it because it's part of the albums. It's just that right now, because the older photo cards are basically out of print and they are extremely rare, they're extremely expensive. So even just collecting two, because as of when I was planning this out, I literally just announced that I was gonna collect Jimin and Jungkook. However, Jungkook is a big what do you say? How do we say this? A big problem in my collection, because, like, let's just put it out here. In BTS, there is a member that is more expensive than the other. We all know this. Jungkook being the most expensive member, basically Jungkook and then the rest of Maknae line plus Yoongi and then the rest of BTS. Literally, I'm not offending anyone. This is just how it goes in the system. I don't know what system this is, but this is how it is. So, most expensive member, Jungkook. Next member is Maknae line, so Jimin V plus Yoongi. And then the rest is, they're affordable, literally. So, with the fact that I collect two of the most expensive members, I cannot do it. It is hard. So yeah, I'm just gonna collect Jimin from now on for Japanese releases. However, I think I do have two group photo cards, or one group photo card. I think I have the group photo card for Run, and then I have a Jungkook photo card for Youth. So I'm gonna keep that. I'm not gonna trade it off or whatever. I'm gonna keep it because I actually paid quite a bit of money for that. But yeah, from now on, I'm just gonna be collecting Jimin for those ones. But for merch, I will still be collecting Jimin, Jungkook, Hoseok on Japanese stuff. It's just like their merch and everything. It's just that for the albums, I will only be collecting Jimin because their older photo cards are expensive as heck, like, actually. Like, some people are still selling like their what are these photo cards? I think I've seen the one for I Need You. That one's a pain. I think I've seen Jungkook's photo card is like $120. I was like, ugh. But yeah, and that's, I think, pretty cheap for how old it is and for which member it's like which member is being sold. But yeah, so that's that for that collection, for basically that update. And with that, I think I've covered the important stuff I needed to talk about. So yeah, there was also basically how many updates? 3 updates. So as a recap as well, since I did a recap for my goals for this year, for my updates, so basically TXT, no longer an OT5 collection. It's going to be just Subin and Yeonjun. And then for Twice, I will be collecting twice now. So that's Nayeon Sana. We'll only be collecting from Fancy. Right now, we'll only be collecting Fancy and Feel Special. And then BTS, Japanese photo cards, will only be collecting Jimin from now on. Other members, no. And so that was that. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Yeah, once again, thank you guys for watching. Thumbs up if you like this video, subscribe to my channel for more K-pop videos, and remember to keep on shining. Bye!